Live from Ken's 5, this is Great Day SA with your host, Bridget Smith, featuring Eileen Tevis, Paul Morellis with weather, and Natalie Tejeda.
Well, imagine this. It can be an embarrassing situation for a child of any age, and unfortunately, it is the facts of lice. Yes, those unsightly, creepy crawlers that can leave behind a pesky problem. So how do you help your little one get ahead of the game? Risa Barash is here this morning. She's a lice expert. Good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
It's great to be here.
Good to have you. You know, a lot of kids back in school already, and we were talking about this in our office yesterday, and I think all of us have gone to school with a kid who had the problem, and it causes embarrassment for kids.
But you know what? They say there's 6 to 12 million cases of head lice a year.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of cases. And we also, Fairy Tales actually did a study and found that 85% of all school districts have reported at least one lice outbreak a year.
So chances are good that it will
you're
happen
going to get it.
Yes, or that your child is going to be attending school with somebody who has it. Okay. So now you want to talk about what we can do. You've got prevention and tips and all kinds of things you brought. What is this?
A lot of the basic tips that, you know, don't share hats or headbands.
Not even hats?
No, that's the worst thing. No, that's the worst thing. Don't ever share a hat. Okay. And if your little one is playing, that's bad. If your little one is even playing, you know, sports, you want to get them their own helmet, or else you want to wipe it down with a cloth. A louse can live in a hat for 24 to 36 hours.
Is that right?
Yeah, so you don't want to share
So he's living a good life?
Yes, he's very happy. Only for a day or two.
Just a day or two.
And then that's it. Yeah,
yes,
and then he's
but
gone.
he's, wow, my goodness.
Exactly.
Okay.
You don't want to share pillows. If your little one's going to a sleepover party, don't share pillows. Ponytail holders, even barrettes, brushes or combs, obviously. Okay, you know, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, girls do this all the time. Oh, I love my brush. Can I borrow yours?
Oh,
Not good.
Big mistake.
Not good. Okay.
Even little princess parties, we tell the moms, don't share the tiaras.
You can't even share the tiaras.
No, think about it. They're going to be in the house.
Let me ask.
Well, every girl should have their own tiara anyway.
She should. She should.
Yes.
This is true.
That's right.
I love that.
That's right.
That is the thought of the day.
Yes, exactly.
Because I guess they are clingy little
Yeah, sure.
creatures,
They'll cling on, and then they'll go to the next person.
Okay.
They look for the warm spots. They look for the warm, you know, areas of the head. So they'll be at the part lines, behind the ears, the back of the neck. Those are nice warm places.
Okay, now you've got some other things here.
I do. I have Fairy Tales hair care, which created a line called Rosemary Repel.
And what's in that line?
Rosemary oil, citronella, tea tree, lavender, all these fragrances that lice don't like the smell of, so they actually stay away from them.
Wow.
So you just shampoo and condition every day with the products, and then every morning before school, use that rosemary spray. It puts a nice fragrance on the hair. It helps to tangle as well, so it's safe to use all the time. And it puts like a nice seal on the hair so the louse can't really attach to it.
Fantastic. So you want to do this treatment and stay with it, and you're going to see some good results. I find it interesting, one of the ingredients, citronella, that's also an ingredient that's used to keep mosquitoes away. I've seen that in mosquito repellent.
Exactly. It makes sense. You can actually use the Fairy Tale spray on the body as well. Works great.
Good.
So you definitely want to use those products every day. And you can use them all the time. It's not just when that note comes home, because by the time that note comes home, it's usually too late.
It's usually too late.
It's going around.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so the thing to be mindful of is just good hygiene. And practicing good preventative.
Exactly. Because use prevention and do weekly head checks. We recommend doing weekly head checks, especially with that metal comb. Look at this comb.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
This is interesting.
It gets really stuck in your hair.
Yeah.
But look how close the teeth are.
Okay. Look at this. Can we see this? So you're doing this with the
Absolutely. You do a weekly head check. You know, just sit your child down and talk about the day and nitpick through their head.
Yeah. One of our producers was asking.
And it all works out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then you can use the lice goodbye if they get head lice.
How many eggs can these things lay?
Hundreds.
Hundreds,
yeah.
And then they keep moving.
Yeah, and it takes about, I know, I'm so sorry, it's very early. And it can take about 2 weeks for them to hatch. So that's why we say do that weekly head check, because if you do find something, you're not going to, you know, have this massive outbreak. But if you do, there's a whole new generation of products out there.
Fantastic.
I like the enzymes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So you want to use the enzymes. It dissolves the glue. It's much safer.
Right.
Much safer.
Yeah, and you have a head smelling like rosemary.
Exactly.
Right? You can't beat that. Okay. Yeah. Lice prevention. There's a lot of questions being asked, especially, you know, if your child has had this problem or another kid in class. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It does happen. If you'd like to get more information, fairytaleshaircare.com. And Risa is the expert. She'll be there to answer your questions. Risa, thank you so much. We learn something new on this show every day, and I thank you for being here.
I'm glad.
Yes, well, coming up next, everybody, Jay Tote with SA Sports is here with an exceptional...